rotate1, rotating the box. So we are giving m times a matrix of characters box grid representing a side view of a box. Each shell of the box is one of the following. So the hash, it means a still, and the star, it means an obstacle, and the dot means empty. Yeah, so this is something like we are, we sometimes go to a shop and buy an item, and we can turn this item to 90 degrees. Yeah, because if there's obstacles, so maybe this is a diamond, or maybe obstacles cannot drop the down because this is obstacles. Yeah, so this is some steel, and the steel cannot drop down because of the obstacles. So it's going to be like this. Yeah, as you can see this example. So if we turn it 90 degrees, so for the last row it just dropped off, and for the second row in the middle, you can see those three steels will be here, and this is obstacles, and this is empty, and this is okay because obstacles is here. And for the first row, this is going to be the last column, so the first diamond, and then obstacles, empty, obstacles, and empty. Yeah, so it makes sense in real life. So what are we gonna do to solve this problem? Actually, it is just a simulation problem. Yeah. Let me just define a function check. So this check function gonna be used to solve the problem of turn something to 90 degrees. So for example, if we were to turn the first row to 90 degrees, what are we gonna get? So we're gonna get it from this check function. It's gonna be like the last column in this one. Yeah. Yeah. So I will pass an array inside. So inside for this check function, it's gonna be an array. Yeah. And how can I make it turn 90 degrees and keep it like this? So for example, this is the first row, this is the first column. Of course, I need to check how many dots and how many obstacles. Yeah. So from the beginning, I will set it as 0, and then I will check everything inside the array. Yeah. So for character inside the array, if if c equal to dots, if c equal to dots, so this is dots. So we're gonna update the dots plus equal to 1, and if c equal to maybe obstacles. Yeah. What is obstacle? Yeah, let me check what is the obstacles. This is the obstacle, and this is the empty, and this is still. Yeah, so this is the empty dot, and this is the still. So maybe say is still. So what's gonna happen is because the still is just still. Yeah, the obstacle should start. So let me just name it still. Maybe this is better. And let me make the dots like empty. Yeah, because this is better maybe. It has more meaning. So the empty gonna plus equal to 1. So if this is a still, so the still gonna plus equal to 1. Yeah. And if what happens if the c equal to a star, so this means this is an obstacle. So definitely we want to put it inside the result. So I'm gonna set an empty array, empty string as a result. So result gonna plus equal to. Because if we are going to turn it to 90 degrees to the right, so it's going to be like this. So first of all, it's going to have the empty string. Yeah. So it's going to be the number empty string. So this is the empty string times the number of empty, and plus the hash times the number of still. Yeah. And then we're gonna plus a star because we find a star, and the star is obstacle. So this is what we need. So finally, we're gonna return the list of the result. Yeah. But before that, we need to update this result. Yeah, because after that, maybe there's no obstacles. I didn't find some examples. Maybe in this example, there's no obstacles. You know, this is the first column. So this is the last row and the first column. Yeah, so you see in the first column there's no obstacles, but we're gonna still return something of the result. So we just need to copy those two lines. It's gonna be okay. Yeah. So first of all, it's gonna be empty, and then it's gonna be still. This is the first column, which is gonna be the last row. Yeah. Now as you can see, if we already solved the check function, normally we've already solved the problem. Yeah. Now we just need to finish our coding. What are we gonna do? Maybe let me try to use maybe box. For box inside the box grid. Let me put a temporary answer as empty array. Yeah, so for each of the box, so this is a box, right? Each row inside of the box grid is gonna be a box. So currently this is a box. I'm gonna try to check this box. I'm gonna make this box to this kind of situation. How can I make it? I'm gonna directly use the check function, right? So answer gonna append the check function for this box. So after that, I'm gonna reverse the answer. Yeah, because after reverse, I will get what I need, and then I gonna put it together. This means it's gonna be turn to 90 degrees to the right. Yeah. Yeah, because you say this is the first row. After turning, the first row becomes the last column. So this is why I gonna use a reverse, because I'm gonna put them together as row by row in this kind of 90 degrees. How can I make it 90 degrees? Yeah, I'm gonna use a zip function. So for array inside zip, so I'm gonna unzip first. So I'm gonna use a star. Star gonna unzip the box grid. It's not a box grid, it is an answer. So yeah, I'm gonna use a star to unzip the answer and then put them together, and inside it's gonna be an array. And I want to put it inside the result for this array. Finally, I'm gonna return the result. So here I'm gonna prepare the result to be an empty array. I don't know if you understand that, but let me just run it to have a basic check. Yeah, it seems the first one is okay. The second one, it didn't work. Yeah, I have something more. Definitely, it didn't. It should be wrong. Yeah, normally you say from here it is okay, but I have something else. Why I have something more? I don't know. Yeah, maybe in my coding there's something wrong. Yeah, because I forget to set the empty and still to 0. Yeah, because you know, after I find a star, after I find an obstacle, so for the next, yeah, so in this example, maybe this example, after I find an obstacle, so for the next, I need to reset the empty and still to 0, because for the next one, I still need to count how many empty and how many stills. Yeah, so I need to set the empty and still to 0 and 0. So this is why in the second example it is longer. So I forget to set it to 0. So this is something we needed to know about it. Yeah. So this is the whole process of simulation. As you can see, now it works and it passes for all testing cases. Now let me just submit it to check if it works. Now as you can see, it works and it's pretty fast. I don't think there's any difficult part of the problem. Maybe the only difficult part is the simulation. How you gonna simulate the problem? So you're gonna use a counter, count how many empty and how many stills. After you find an obstacle, you're gonna prepare the empty and stills first. And then for here, this is just the turning of the grid to 90 degrees. How can we make it? You're gonna have different ideas to solve the problem. Definitely, this is easy. You just turn a grid to 90 degrees. So for me, I want to put everything inside the answer. So for each of the box, I'm going to use this check function. It means the stills are going to be in the right position. And then I'm going to use a reverse, because after that, I'm going to turn it to 90 degrees. So here I use a zip and unzip. So the star is unzip of the answer, and zip is mixed together. So this means, yeah, let me maybe make a drawing. So, yeah, maybe the drawing gonna be the second example. It is better because there's not so many grid. Yeah. So first of all, what I'm gonna do? So for this one, this is my first check function. So inside the check function, I were to put the still here instead of there, I put the still. Let me use another color, red. I put the still here, and here I cannot do anything because this is the obstacle. This is the obstacle. So this is my first step. Yeah, and here is my second step. Because I want to zip them together, so I need to reverse it. So after reverse, what's gonna happen is, so here, yeah. So this is the obstacle, and for here this is a still because there's a reverse, and here there are two stills. So this is a reverse, this is empty, and this is empty. So this is the second step, and here gonna be the third step. So the third step means I want to unzip it and zip it. Unzip means for each of the row, I'm gonna unzip it, and zip it means I'm gonna turn it to 90 degrees. So if you want to turn a grid to 90 degrees, you can use unzip and zip. Yeah. So this means I'm gonna unzip and zip it like this. Yeah. So in this way, this gonna be the first row. So the first row gonna be here. Let me make the drawing. Yeah. So this is the obstacle, and this gonna be the yeah, this gonna be first this one and this one. So this is gonna be the obstacle, and this is the empty, and then this gonna be the still empty. This gonna be the still and still. Now it's gonna be exactly like the example. Yeah. So this is exactly what I'm doing for the problem. Yeah. I think that's all about it. Thank you for watching. See you next time.